Hezbollah holding back on full-scale war to avoid a red line, threatening to wipe out group. Hezbollah has pledged its support to Hamas following Israel's declaration of war but has seemingly taken a more cautious approach in recent weeks. Hezbollah has been working hard to avoid sparking a full-out war with Israel after seeing several of its top members killed by Israeli forces since October 7th, a former intelligence officer has claimed. The Lebanon-based terrorist group has launched multiple attacks against Israeli targets since Benjamin Netanyahu declared war on Hamas, following the deathly incursion into Israel. But former Israeli intelligence officer Avi Melamed argued Hezbollah has become more restrained in its raids, after suffering severe losses in the 5 months since the start of the war. Last month, the organization lost Wissam Tol, the head of its elite Radwan forces, one of its most senior officers. At least, another 140 militants have been killed since October. Melamed argued Hezbollah is now operating in such a way that allows them not to cross the red line that would bring them into direct conflict with Israel. He said, while the IDF and Israeli leaders continue to beat the war drums on Israel's northern front, it seems Hezbollah is taking a more cautious approach, even deviating from Nasrallah's threat to retaliate for strikes deep into Lebanon. It is clear that Hezbollah, while seeking to continue its ongoing attacks on Israel's northern front, is being extremely deliberate so as not to incite a full-scale war with Israel. Melamed argued the ongoing clashes with Israel have already cost the Iran-backed more men than the group lost in a full-scale, full-year participation in the Syrian civil war. He added, ultimately the only way to restrain Hezbollah further will be a comprehensive solution to the threat the Iranian regime holds over the region and the wider world through its proxies. But while Hezbollah appears to have adopted a more cautious strategy as the prospect of a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas grows more concrete, the Israelis have said a cessation of hostilities won't stop operations against the Lebanon-based group. Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant said that anyone who thinks a temporary ceasefire for Gaza will also apply to the northern front is mistaken. Gallant said, "We will continue the fire, and we will do so independently from the south until we achieve our goals." He added there is a simple aim, to push Hezbollah away from the Israeli border, either through a diplomatic agreement or by force. Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah said in a speech earlier this month that the group would adhere to a ceasefire in southern Lebanon, if a ceasefire should be reached in Gaza. But he said it would resume and escalate attacks if Israel continued to strike in Lebanon after any agreement with Hamas.